Welcome to another episode of Crafternoon Live with Miss Jen in my kitchen. I'm Miss Jen and I work at the Nanuet Library. So I hope that you guys are all having a nice day today. It's actually very beautiful out, a lot warmer than I thought it was. And today we're going to be making moon dough. So it's very similar to Play-Doh, except you only need 2 ingredients, so that makes it a lot easier. This is not kid safe as far as eating. So not that I recommend that you eat the Play-Doh, but a lot of the other recipes that we made were taste safe. This has conditioner, hair conditioner in it, so you do not want to, you want to make sure that your child is not eating it. So it's very simple to make, and Isla, you can't see me, the screen is glitching. Kristen, can you see me? Pam, can you see me? Maybe it's, Isla, is it just your screen? Let me know if you can see me. So today, like I said, I'm Miss Jen and we are going to be making moon dough on Crafternoon Live from my kitchen. Thanks, Pammy. So I made a small batch. The original recipe calls for 2 cups of cornstarch and 1 cup of conditioner. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio. 2 of the cornstarch to 1 of the conditioner. But I made a lower batch. I made less because I wanted to save my ingredients. So today all you need is cornstarch and hair conditioner. Don't use, if you have expensive, really good hair conditioner at home, don't use that. I went to ShopRite, I got Suave. So it actually smells really good because I got the lavender and almond oil, and there were a lot of recipes out there for the moon dough, and one of them I saw was you could add like essential oils to it, which I was not going to do, but because this has lavender and almond oil, it actually smells really, really nice. Another thing that they do say you can do is add food dye. I'm not going to do that today, but that doesn't mean that you can't. I just feel like it's moon dough. The moon is not purple or green or blue. I kind of like how it looks in the white, but by all means, this is your project. So if you decide that you want to add, food coloring, go ahead. Then you would have 3 ingredients rather than 2. So I made a small batch of moon dough, and it feels like Play-Doh, but it didn't get, it wasn't as sticky for as long. This is still a little bit sticky. So they say that when you, if it's still a little sticky, you can add more cornstarch to it. But it just feels very nice and it's very soft. I think a lot has to do with the conditioner that I chose, and it smells very nice. So this is a very simple craft today. So we are going to get started. The first thing you're going to need is a bowl to put your ingredients in, and I'm not going to make the full recipe. I'm only going to make half a recipe. So I'm going to put in 1 cup of cornstarch. So I have my cup here and I have my cornstarch. Hi Susan, how are you? Isla, I'm glad that you got it to work. Thank you, Kristen. So I'm going to add my 1 cup of cornstarch. And I'm actually going to use a spoon to get the rest of it in. So I'm going to show you guys here. So I'm putting my cornstarch in. You want to make sure that it is the right amount. And again, if it's too sticky with the conditioner, then we can just add some more cornstarch. The one thing I have managed to do is make an absolute mess. So I'm putting in my 1 cup of cornstarch. Set that aside, set this aside. And now it's time for my conditioner. So I'm going to put in a 1/2 cup. So you see I'm measuring a 1/2 cup of my conditioner. And again, like if you, like I have really nice conditioner. Oh my goodness. Don't use expensive conditioner on this. So a 1/2 cup of conditioner. It's taking a little while to come out. Just get that in there. It smells so good, you guys. I wish you could smell it. Lavender and almond oil. And now I'm going to spoon it into my bowl. So make sure you got it all in there. You want it to be the right amount. And like I said, if you want to make the original recipe calls for 2 cups of cornstarch and 1 cup of conditioner. I'm just trying to limit my time spent at the grocery store. I never go to ShopRite. My husband goes. I don't like going there. Not because there's anything wrong with it. I just really hated ShopRite or food shopping even before quarantine. But I had to go today because I realized, oh wow, I actually don't have any of these ingredients at home. So, you know, kind of dropped the ball on that. But I just don't want to go back again. So I feel like we'll probably be doing some other recipes that call for cornstarch in the future, and I would rather just not have to go. So also, I don't need this much moon dough in my house. I'm not going to be playing with it. I'm probably going to give it to my niece or my little cousins, so they will have it. And it's more than enough for them. So now all you're going to do is mix it. I'm going to start off just using the spoon, but honestly, I think it's better to use your hands because the cornstarch almost reminds me of, what is it? The powdered sugar. The consistency of it, it's so light and fluffy. It feels so nice to touch it. And then you add the conditioner in, and it just makes like a really cool, it's really great for like sensory too, if you just want to, you know, relax and make something and maybe not make something that you're going to eat. You just want to make something to relax. It just feels very, very nice. But because it has, like, in my opinion, the same consistency as the powdered sugar, it does tend to fluff up a lot more and get all over the place. So just be careful when you're pouring it into your bowl. And then you're just going to knead it as if it were dough. I'm actually going to take it out of the bowl. Hi, Mom. Hi, Madavna. I'm actually going to take it out of the bowl now. I'm going to move this away, and I'm going to put it on my little cutting board, and I'm going to knead it like that as if it were actual dough that I was going to be making a cake or pizza or something, or bread, and just move it that way. And then if you feel like it's too dry, you can add more conditioner. If you feel like it's too wet, you can add more cornstarch. Really, it's up to you how it feels. And according to all the recipes that I read, that was what they had said. Basically for all of it was that, yes, it is good for your hands. It feels really good, Jean. And it, you guys, I'm using this Suave, the lavender and almond oil. It smells so good and my hands are so soft, which is great because, you know, we've been washing our hands like crazy during quarantine. So it's nice to be able to have a little bit of moisture back in my hands and not have like super dry, cracked old lady hands in May. So you're just gonna squish it around, knead your dough. And like I said, if you want to add colors, you can. I'm not going to today. I'm also trying to conserve my food dye. I'm running low on that as well. But if Pam, if yours is still too wet, then you want to add more of the cornstarch to it, but knead it first. So like knead it for a little bit, and if you still feel like it's too wet, then just add more cornstarch to it. Mine is actually coming to a really nice consistency right now. And it smells so good and it falls apart, but in a good way, not like it's falling apart, like it's cracking. Like you can pull it apart and you can make things with it and you can design things just like Play-Doh. I mean, if I were to compare it to the Play-Doh that I made a couple of weeks ago, I mean, this is still in plastic wrap. It's still so super soft. Like, look, it's so squishy. And it kind of feels the same. But with the Play-Doh, it was like 6 ingredients plus the hot water, which you can't do on your own. But, you know, if you're a kid. But if you are making this on your own now, you know, it's really just conditioner and the cornstarch. It feels really good. So I like the consistency that mine is at right now. So I'm going to stop. And I'm actually going to take my other moon dough that I made right before we started this, and I'm going to combine it so that it's just one. And like I said, it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So just make sure that you have 2 of the cornstarch, or wait, what do I want to say, Adam?
2 parts cornstarch.
Oh yeah, 2 parts cornstarch, 1 part conditioner. You guys, not good at math, never was. So I didn't even realize when I was making this before. Can't believe I'm admitting this to you. My mother knows. But I was like, oh, I really don't want to make a sample because I don't want to waste it. And Adam's like, well, why don't you just make less? And I didn't even think to like make the recipe smaller. It's because I don't bake. I only cook. Hi, Jen. I only cook, and most of the things that I cook, I kind of just make up as I go along, or I don't really follow a lot of recipes. Baking's not my thing. So in baking, you have to measure precisely. That's not something I enjoy. All right, so here is the moon dough. It's complete. I have combined the one that I made a little bit at like 2 o'clock this afternoon with the one I just made now. It feels great. It smells great. So if you don't want to add, like I said, one of the recipes said you can add essential oils. I'm not wasting my essential oils on this. But the conditioner, the Suave conditioner that I got, has the lavender and almond oil in there. My hands are actually really slippery right now from how really moisturized my hands are feeling from the conditioner. So this was like $2.99. Don't use expensive conditioner. And if your moon dough is too dry, add more conditioner. If it's too wet, add more cornstarch. And that's it. Like I said, you can add food coloring. I'm not. The moon is not purple, no matter how much I would like it to be. So hopefully you guys have a great batch that you've made. I'm just going to set mine right here. And really quick, before we leave, I want to let you know that I know I've been doing a little bit of book reviews every time we meet, and I told you about the Strangers series by Margaret Peterson Haddix, and I loved it. It was excellent. The second one came out, well, it was out already, but I got it, and it's called, I have like stuff all over me, The Deceivers by Margaret Peterson Haddix. It's on Libby, so you can read both of them on our Libby app. All you need is your library card. And I know that for me, like, I love the actual book. I don't like reading on a screen. I don't really like listening to a story. But with the libraries being closed, and if you don't like to buy books, I do like to buy books, but you can just read it on Libby, and it's great. So The Strangers is on Libby, The Deceivers is on Libby. This is actually going to be a trilogy. No word yet when the third one is coming out, because the second one is still in hardcover, but it was excellent. And if you like a mystery and an adventure, and kids, like, if you think that you know, going on adventures to save your parents and find hidden things is up your alley, this is great. Actually, Isla had read The Stranger. She listened to it, and now she's getting ready for The Deceivers. So definitely listen to that. And we did order some of the other books that I was talking about. Pages & Co., The Book Wanderers is already on Libby, and we're waiting for the second one to come. I did get my copy, but I haven't read it yet because I'm like, I want it to wait. I want it to last. And then the other one, the Black Hollow Hall, that is on there, the first one, but the second one isn't yet. So like I said, if there's anything that you want to read, let us know, put it in the comments, and that's it. Next week, we will be back again at 3. I can't remember what we're making, but I did find a really cool recipe for something last night that I think I want to do instead of one of the things I had scheduled. So we're going to switch it around. Please tune in tomorrow to see Miss Kristen for her story time on Instagram. And I will be back next Wednesday for my Crafternoon Live at 3 from my kitchen. Again, I'm Miss Jen from the Nanuet Library. It was great hanging out with you today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.